camera.
Okay.
Hello. Hello, guys. We're back. I'm Yvette, a researcher at Lux. Welcome once again to our class. In this section, I will introduce to you how to use our online creative AI tools to generate high-quality rendered images. First, I'm gonna introduce some basic information about the user interface of our website. And next, I will demonstrate on how to use Lux to generate images, especially focusing on how to adjust certain parameters to achieve your desired result. And then I will share some practices made by our amazing users. And finally, I will go through our plugin for Rhino, which is just released. When we talk about AI, it is crucial to get hands-on experience and gain first-hand insight. So during this class, I encourage all of you to explore Lux freely. And if you have any comment, any feedback, please contact with us. We'll be glad about it. So have you guys already registered your account? If not, you can do it right now. Or maybe you have any problems about it. Please contact with our TA. He will help you with it. If you already have your account, please type something in the chat box so that I can see. I will be waiting here for 1 minute. All the time is up. Let's get started. So first, I will briefly introduce our user interface. Well, since Lux puts all the computing part in the cloud, so all you need to do is just to open up the website from the browser so you can see it. Well, after login, you will see this website page. In this page, in the left part, you will find a toolbar here, including 5 main parts: Creations Plaza, Start Creations, Model Xkool, Train Models, and Plugin. Let's start with this Creations Plaza. Creations Plaza is a place for you to find inspirations, and our users will share their creations and their enlightenment here and will communicate with each other. It's a very good community. For example, let's have a look at something quite awesome. Yes, we open it up. After open it, you can see here, you can click this little anchor to share it, and you can click this little star to save it, and you can click this thumb up to like it. And of course, you can leave some comments down here below this picture. And take a look at these little buttons here, the 3. So the first one is a create variant button. Well, by pressing it, you can create variants based on this image. Let's have a try. Well, the speed is up to our network traffic and our load. It usually just take, less than 1 minute. But just let us wait. Maybe we can go back to the plaza to check other things. Here, our old picture. Well, it is a copy prompt function. You can click this function to copy prompt to explore mode. to, to regenerate other images. For example, let's take a try. As you see, the prompt is already sticked here. You can use it and go back again. Oh, also you can set this image as a reference image for the regeneration to as a reference like that. And of course you can download it. That's about this Creations Plaza. Let's go to the Start Creations page. Well, it is the most important part of our website. Because you can use AI tools to generate image here. And you see we have two sub-pages here, including Generate page and Edit page. The Generate page has a Create panel in the left and a Record panel in the right. Here we can see this. Well, in the Create panel, we have two modes to create your image. And by input instructions and parameters here, we can generate our image. And we're gonna talk about this further later. So let's just leave it here. So in the record panel here, it is sorted by the keyword, date, or star. And you can see we have two views here. One is a record view, the other is a gallery view. In the gallery view, you can scrolling to scale down or scale up. That's for the brief introduction to the Generate page. And let's go to the Edit page. Well, the Edit page here, you can upload a picture and to select some area on it. And of course, you can type some text to describe your your imagination, and we click this Start Creation to regenerate partly. That's it. And let's go to the Models Agro. Models Agro is kind of like a model version of the Creations Plaza. Our users will share their, the models they trained or the created through our website here. And once a model is published, it will be reused for all the users from this community to recreate and do some, it's like a passage of inspiration. And, the different models have different focus. So it could be told by the cover of it. For example, you see this, you see this Lux architecture style enhanced model. Well, its focus must be the style enhancement of architecture rendered picture. And all the models you see here is sorted by some categories like all and some certain design area like architectural design, conceptual inspiration, aesthetic concepts, interior design, urban planning, and landscape design, something like that. Oh, and you can see we have 3 sub-pages, including my model, shared model, which is public, and my saved models. Well, that's for the model agro part. Let's go to the train model page. Here you can stick, a dozens of different pictures here to train your own model. And the last page is our plugin for Rhino. Well, here are the installation and use instructions for this plugin, and we're gonna go further later also. So let's get started. Let's start creations. And before that, so do you guys have any questions? If you do have something to say, you can type it in the chat box, or you can just speak it out in the Discord group. Another 1 minute. Well, let's get started. Let's start creation. Well, just as I mentioned, in the generate page, we have 2 modes to create. So let's start with this render mode. Well, the render mode is deliberately designed for users to use without to have a simple quick start. So we have to do some simplification and optimization here for the users to use without any obstacles. As you see, we have 5 procedures before you click the button Start Creation, but only 2 of them are compulsory while others are optional. That is, you only have to set scene and base image. You will have a wonderful picture. So let's have a try. Let's have a try. Yes. Here. Well, here I choose a Rhino model screenshot as our base image. As you see, it is in a pure white mode with shadows on it. And it's just a group of building model blocks in a very early design stage, I suppose. And let's copy it into here. Okay, let's drag and drop it here. Let's drag and drop to upload. Wait. Here, as for scene, just check the scene panel. We choose architecture as our design field, and input as for input image type, we choose 3D massing, conceptual massing with light and shadow. Here we go. Let's generate. The time consumed to process is depend on still the network traffic. Let's have a minute wait. Can you use a picture already generated? Maybe. Let's take a look. Well, this picture is what I just generated with the same parameters, of course. Now, the first 3 little buttons I have already mentioned before. Oh, and here we have a compare scroll here. By moving this bar, you can see the before and after effect of this image very directly. Oh, here. So. Whoa.
I really nothing can I still have
103
credits.
Oh, it didn't work right. Oh, maybe please contact with our TA. He will help you. Terrible network traffic. So maybe we should continue. So about this other little buttons here, you see, you can click this to share this picture with others, and click this edit button to throw this picture to the edit page. Here, oh, it's loading again. Well, and you can, you can select an area here to partly regenerate. Oh, another message. Okay. Ooh. Nice. Let's go back again. Here you see we have a scale up function. And if you scale up in a normal way, that means you just enlarge the picture without any optimization. But if you choose to scale up with optimization, that means the AI will fix some defect and add some details to this picture by recomputing it. So the processed results may have some difference with this original one. So it's up to you, and it will take a little more time. And of course, you can download it and you can delete it. And then let's take a look at this parameters panel. You can see the scene, render mode, output effect, prompt, and negative prompt, and seed. Well, here I want to especially expand something about seed. Seed is about randomness. Since randomness is a foundation of our AI creativity, it is crucial to control or to define randomness. So sometimes randomness is not random at all. With the same input and same seed, you will have the same generation. And when the value of seed is -1, that means every generation will have a different randomness. And as for the other parameters, well, in order to explain these parameters more clearly, let's go back to the input panel. As we see, so we have five input panels here. And these 5 input panel could be sorted typically to 3 types: the text, image, and parameters. Let's start with text. So let's open the prompt panel. Here you can add some words to describe what you want your your output image to represent. And well, of course, sometimes it is just too hard for you to come up with some specific ideas about what you really want. So here you can go to our labels library here. We have already prepared some labels for you guys. Oh, it is also sorted by the certain design fields like architecture, interior, and planning. As for architecture, including view, function, and form, exterior style, designer, spatial composition, exterior material, facade, environment, and weather. You're just free to choose. And here we have an AI elaborate function based on large language model. This function will intelligently help you to extend the text you put in. But sometimes they will add too much details and too much, extra stuff. So it may confuse AI in return. So if you use this function, you can revise it. Again, click to close. Here we have an active prompt function. Well, sometimes you just need to tell AI what you don't want. So for example, maybe you don't want something too similar with each other, or you just don't like puppies, you don't like cats, for example. you can type it here for the AI to avoid to generate in your layout. Again, to close it. Well, then let's go to our image input part. As for, we have two image input here, right? One is the base image and the other is style reference image. As for base image, the AI will extract information from it, like the shape, connections, something like that from this picture. And as for reference image, it's more like a supplement to the prompt part, because sometimes it's just too hard to describe what you really want. You know, sometimes the style and the genre of picture will gonna be so emotional or so hard to describe. So you can just throw up a picture as a better reference. So maybe we'll have a better result even. And for the recording. Check the chat box. For example, I use the same way to drag a reference image here. Same way we can upload it. So then let's go back to the scene panel. Here we have the render type, including precise, creative, and customized. Well, it will decide how precisely the output image is to the input. For example, of course, precise is the most strict one, and creative will make some little difference. And customize is up to you. And as for the output effect, we have three types here: default, rendering style, and physical model style. Well, this is dependent on what kind of picture you're expecting. For example, if you want a rendered architecture image, please choose this rendering style. And if you want a handmade model style picture, you can choose this physical model style. Or maybe it is just too hard for you to decide. Just choose the default. Default is perfect. Then let's go to this last panel, more settings. Well, of course, you can decide the number of creation once, and seed we have already mentioned before. Well, when you keep all the other input the same, but by just changing the style reference image, you will have variant output. For example, here I put this liner style sketch as a reference image. If I generate once, maybe one, to save the time, and I change and here I threw this Van Gogh self-portrait as our reference image to generate once more. Oh, waiting for it to update. Let's wait again. Let's wait once more for these two images to generate. Oh, let's check our previous generation. Does it turn out? Oh, still not work out. Oh, but this is our variance. It already worked out. Oh, you see, these are early variants. They have some subtle similarity they share with our original one. But they are different pictures and different architectures, I suppose, or shapes, different graphics. God. Around the internet. Oh, so can you guys see the turnout already? I can't see it. Yes, it's so snow. Let's move on. Well, actually, based on two different reference images, we will have quite different turnout, but the original set are simple and easy. So it could bring us huge possibilities. And we'll simplify some workload in your real life. So that's about this render mode. Let's go to this explore mode. Well, unlike render mode, explore mode is deliberately designed for users with more experience and more knowledge about AI. So in this mode, users are free to customize their own need. So we have 6 procedures before the start creations panel. The first 2 settings, they are base settings and style settings. They both require you to set models. However, these 2 models are different models. The base model will focus more on scenario and type. For example, architecture, interior, and landscape, something like that. And the style model will focus more on style and genre. And you can have only one base model, but one more style model. Let's take a look. Well, you can select the base model from my model, shared model, I saved model, and recommended model by the official. And they are different certain kinds. Here you can see. And as for the style model, just as I mentioned, we can add one more. And you can select from the 3 pages, including my model, shared model, and my saved. And you see, as these labels show, it focuses more on the style, the atmosphere they created. And about this prompt panel, this one is exactly the same as the render mode. So let's take a look at our reference image. Well, here I already popped a picture here. So, however, you can select the control method here. If you select this content control, that means AI will extract style and environment from this picture. And while if you select composition control, AI will extract shape and connection and relationship, something like that from this picture. And the similarity, it will control how similar your output is with your input. And we recommend that this value won't be larger than 50%, because if the number is too large, it may be a hinder for the AI in generating, I mean. Yes, you're right. Thank you, Muta. A little too long. It's okay, don't have to be private, because the network sucks. Everybody knows that. So here is, you can choose the algorithm. You see, we have 3 columns of pictures here. The first column is the base image, which is what you input. And the second column is proposed picture, which is what the computer really extract, the information they read. And the third column is preview, which is your output. So I suggest you to go through the first column to find a picture which is similar to your own picture. And according to that, you can choose which algorithm do you really use. That's for the reference image part. About the output, yes, we can decide the number of creation and the ratio of your layout. However, the ratio is more up to the prompt part. If you have a reference image, you can decide this. So the last panel is the more settings panel. So the first one is the sampling steps. Sampling steps is the steps of iteration. Well, in theory, the larger the number is, the better quality your output image will get. And of course, with consuming more time. CFG scale controls how strictly the prompt text has on your output. Well, we have a recommended value range from 7 to 8. As you see, our default value here is 7. And here the sampling method. Well, actually, this is dependent on what kind of performance output do you expect. We only have 2 options here, so you are free to try. I think the both will be better. Well, both are good, I mean. And here is a seed. Seed we have already explained before. Oh, that's for our explore mode part. It's over. So, and you can see these pictures still not compute out. What a jam traffic. Oh, this is worked out. Let's have a look since they turned out. is our first workout. And you can see the before and after effect of this image. And that's about our creations part. So do you have any questions about what I just mentioned? You can speak in the chat box and you can just speak it up in the group. I'll wait for another 1 minute. About the seed. Okay, go on. White was -1. Come on. Because in the classical computer science language, there is no pure randomness. It can be controlled by these numbers, and which we call it seed. That's the reason. Well, -1 tells the computer to, well, -1 tells the computer to generate a new random number. I use my account. Oh, you can come, Masha, you can contact with our TA. Oh. And we will contact with you.
Is it private?
Yes, a private conversation. So you guys have any further questions about our content just talk about? Well, another minute. So let's move on. Actually, I prepared 3 typical workflow for you to see. They are practices made by our amazing users. The first 2 will be practiced in render mode, and the last one will be practiced in explore mode. Let's have a look. Well, so first, imagine you are an architect. Now you are in a very early design stage. All you have now is just a Rhino building block model. Your client is not sure about the style, texture, or material of the building facade. So now you can upload your base image picture and write some prompt words to easy generate. Oh, okay. The TA will help you. For example, let's have a try. Let's go to the render mode. Well, we still use this base image. As for prompt here, I have some words here to type. If we use, for example, we have red brick facade. Let's generate. Let me check it. It's deleted. And we can change this prompt partly. And again, we do some little subtle change. See. Here we go. Oh, you see, this one is the black glass facade. And this one is the metal facade. Oh, the network is good. As for this, red brick. Oh. So by by change some part of the prompt text, you can have a very quick test on the material of the facade. And in other case, given that you are an owner of an old house, what in hand for you are just pictures of these empty rooms. Now you are wondering what kind of furniture, decorations, and wallpaper you're gonna add to your room. However, you do have some preference style like bohemian and wasabi style. Let's do it again here. Let's change the base image. Change the base image here. Here we upload a picture of an empty room. And as for style reference image, we choose bohemian style interior picture as the first reference. Come on, works. And then don't forget to change the design field and the input image type here. It's realistic photo on finished. And prompt, just keep the default. Let's generate. And if I change this reference picture, I use wasabi style interior here to generate once more. Let's wait another time. We are waiting for the process. So slow. This one is already computed. Let's take a look. Well, you see, they have some subtle heritage from our reference picture, of course, like the wallpaper you see and the, the texture, the material in the picture. Well, not yet finished. Take another sip of coffee to wait. Well, let's just leave it here and move on, I think. Well, on the last case, still you, a pathetic architect, but now your work is in a way more developed stage of design. You already have a CAD file, but you have a very challengeable client. And now you have to represent colorful floor plan to him, while according to his kind of reputation, he would write some suggestions as usual. Well, so now we can use this explore mode. Here, let's first update a reference image. As I mentioned, it's a CAD file. It's a layout of a CAD file. Oh, it works out. Let's take a look. So this bunch of pictures is generated based on the Wasabi style. You see, the AI learned some, some point or some style from our reference picture, of course. And I think the third one is the best. Yes. So you can see the before and the after effect of this image. And now let's continue. So first, I have our reference image. It is as the composition control image. Similarity, maybe we choose 49. So I said this looks anything realism enhanced as our space model. And style model is I think it is. Oh, let's search. It's a colorful plan. Do we have it? Oh, no. Oh, sorry, color plan, not colorful plan. Color plans. Floor plan, color floor plan. Yes, I'm doing this. Let's generate once more. Oh, don't forget to set this algorithm. We use this depth Zoe. Let's generate once more. Maybe I should lower these steps. So again, we are generating. Still working right now. Oh, works out. Let's wait. The result pops here. Let's take a look. Oh. I think the second is the best. Well, you see, to use our tools in your workflow will save way more time, will somehow ease your pain in in some dealing with client, I suppose. So again, do you have any questions about what we just talked about? And now I'll wait for another minute and let's go to the last part of today's lecture. Well, so let's move on. Well, if you use Rhino regularly, we have a Rhino version of AI tools, which is just released. And due to the network traffic today, maybe we don't perform it here, but I just want you to know that, well, the process and the usage of this Rhino plugin is quite similar to what we do on the website. So the only thing different in Rhino plugin is the way to input picture. Because in Rhino, we have a screenshot button. By doing so, you will screenshot your Rhino model and then just do the same thing as in the website. Well, so that's all for today, and let's conclude. So today we first talk about sorry, I forgot to mention that after you log in Rhino, your plugin will sync all the creation and data from website, and all the record will be shared and available in both sites. Well, let's go back to our conclusion. So today I introduced our UI and how to use different modes to generate images. And then I show you 3 typical workflows practices. Finally, we went through our Rhino plugin. And I wish you guys can learn something through this week, and I wish our AI creative tools can really help you in your future work, study, or even research. That's all. So again, do you want to discuss or have any questions for what we've been through today? We can wait until. Okay. Oh, thank you, Fatman. Thank you all. So let's close.